that top lane and coming around actually. Diamond's going to find him. Freddy will continue pushing. There's a lot of pressure on the mid lane here while Candy Panda's got free farm at the bottom.
And notice also how Svensson has picked up the Black Cleaver. It will stack up on his Heartseeker strike, his E, very, very fast. So it's going to be very good for the rest of SK, or at least for Candy Panda and Trundle to do even more damage because they shred all this armor.
And we talked about the 4-1 split pressure that Fnatic like to put out, but what about the pressure that SK are applying right now? Candy Panda free farming down the bottom, keeping Genja busy in the mid lane, and that's 5 members of Gambit desperately keeping the siege pressure from SK.
And this is just like the game yesterday, with Candy Panda and Vayne, staying in the bot lane and just constantly pushing it up over and over and again. And the rest of SK, they just stay together and just make sure they don't get engaged on. Darren is here in the corner though, he will go in for this one.
Well, I'm trying to think if they will. He's going to go in towards Svensson. Not really the focus. Intervention being used on Darien there, but literally 0 damage done. Diamond comes in. He takes himself a big bunch of damage. Now, finally, Candy Panda's going to rotate round. Look at that. Keeping Genja. Doesn't want a part of that. Has to be forced away from this one. Candy Panda's going to get free farm on that bottom turret.
The pillar right here from Freddy completely blocked Diamond from going in. It would force Diamond to actually flash ultimate, but he didn't want to go for it. Due to also the fact there were only 4 members from Gambit, so he didn't feel confident enough. So very nice pillar from Freddy, blocking everything and cancels it.
Cancels it out there. The bottom turret is also being focused. Candy Panda's going to be focused on. Diamond's going to come around towards him. Candy Panda pops that ultimate, turns the aggression back on his head and just keeps them away. Man drop this time is going in. Oh, flash tube is on towards Genja, but quickly N-Rated gets pulled in there by Edward, but Edward just gets dropped. They turn it around. The damage coming out from Svensson and Jesus being huge. And it was Alex Itz who got himself the kill, but it's another turret coming out for SK Gaming.
And SK Gaming is giving Gambit no chances of just extending the game and farming up. They want to go for this. This was between 2 turrets. They just man dropped in, and then the tip was from N-Rated.
SK Gaming doing work right now on Gambit. They now have a 10,000 gold lead. It's like week 4 all over again. Super Hot Crew versus Gambit. SK Gaming really doing work. Not quite sure what Jesus was planning. I think he wanted to hop over the wall, but it kind of failed on his head.
Oh, it looked pretty good anyway. So back to the game though. Gambit, they need to try and just farm on Alex as much as they can. They need Genja to keep farming. He's doing the race right here. He can't really take the wave up top because Freddy's gonna go there. It puts all the way down to the turret. But Gambit, they just need to try and extend the game. And then they need SK to overextend. Let's say Candy Panda is pushing the bot lane and the rest of SK is staying in mid, and you have 5 Gambit members. If they can get a hard engage there, pull them in and then take a 5v4 and actually win it, that's the way back for Gambit. They have to just try and ignore the Candy Panda who split pushing.
I'm a little bit worried. SK Gaming heading towards this Baron. I think they're just going to ward it out. Not sure if they're going to go for it just yet, but this is a danger sign still. Because Gambit, one little steal away could turn that game. I don't think they need the Baron right now. I think they're in a good position, but just like that, Jesus gets caught out. Infinite Dress being used. Have they got the damage? No. Tibbers comes in, quickly bonks himself away. Mega Inferno bomb thrown out, and look at that. The damage turned around. SK Gaming reacted to this one. They're going to keep chasing on there. Alex is doing what he can to keep him away, but Jesus is safe.
So they try to do the pick we just talked about, where they ignore Candy Panda in the bot lane and try and go on the 4 members from SK, but they didn't have the damage between Warwick and Skarner. I'm sorry, but the Skarner pick is not providing any damage in these fights.
Currently backfiring. Candy Panda doing work, taking away that blue buff from Alex Itch, and Alex was just about to show himself, but again too late to the party. SK Gaming around that Baron buff, clearing out all of the wards. Remember, there's a couple of ultimates used. Both Darians and Diamonds down still right now. If SK Gaming will try and start something.
Now, SK Gaming really want to wait for Gambit to move someone bot lane before they want to go for this Baron. If they started without seeing anyone from Gambit showing up here, it's way too risky because it's too easy for Gambit to engage. The flash from Darren is going to be up fairly soon, and then he can really set up a fight if it should be.
See how it develops. Candy Panda's making his way back up. Dragon will be up in 25 seconds time. That's going to almost certainly be picked up by SK Gaming, continuing to keep their gold advantage. Red buff being taken by Candy Panda. Continues to just drive home every little bit of gold advantage he can. I think he may well go for Trinity Force before they go for this Baron.
Well, he might not even be in the Baron because they want him to draw the attention by bot lane. Once he goes back and buys it though, they can actually go 5v5 and fight if they want to because Vayne is so strong. Oh, Svensken, he might catch out Diamond.
Diamond thought about going in towards it. Svensken instead doesn't go in there. It was only really N-rated and Jezza's with him. They probably would have had enough to take him down actually, now come to think of it. The damage involved in them. Candy Panda's running up the mid lane, clearing out the way. Now Freddy, it's his turn to split push. And this is the guy that should be split pushing. He's got that teleport.
He has to teleport again. He's forcing Genji to stay here and just farm up, which means SK can now start a fight somewhere else and then have him teleporting in.
And you know what? We've seen many Trundles already taking down the AD carrier, so Genji has to be very careful not to get too close because with that Ravenous Hydra, he's going to have the damage to do some dangerous work on towards Genji. Instead, he's going to keep him away. It's not a barrel, it's a hot water balloon going out towards Diamond. But look at that, 1 Q from Jezza's doing that to Diamond.
Diamond has 66 magic resistance at the moment versus a Void Staff, Death Cap, a Fiends, Jesse's. He's doing so much damage every time he hits him. And the teleport coming in.
Teleport, will it get cancelled out? Darian's not there. No, instead, Diamond's going to get focused on Mega Inferno Bomb comes out. The invulnerability coming out in the intervention. But Diamond will get taken down. SK peeled off the Baron there really nicely there. But they just return straight to it, keeping it low. Candy Panda's actually pretty low in there. The culling coming out from Genji again. 1 water balloon coming out from Jezza's, taking out half the hit points, and SK Gaming picked themselves up the first Baron of the game.
I'm not sure how the teleport went through, as Darren was actually there with his ultimate ready. He could have stopped it, but he didn't. Instead, he just let him teleport away, and yeah, maybe he's gonna push the turret and thought it was worth it.
It's not, that's for sure. Instead, the dragon is up, and Freddy's going to come around to there. Candy Panda with that Baron still coming down there. Darian is going to back away from this one. That will be another gold objective for SK Gaming. That's going to keep that gold ticking. It's now 14,000 gold between these two teams. That is a gigantic advantage, 28 minutes into this game.
And Candy Panda should have enough for his 24, so now he can go back and buy it, or he can just, you know, keep pushing, apply the pressure. He seems to be actually returning up with the team. Now they feel confident enough they can take the team fight.
Such a transition when you cast your mind back to that promotion series. 0-2 down to the Super Hot Crew. SK Gaming had to fight their way, pulling out that Vayne for Candy Panda to draw themselves back into this European LCS. And right now it seems they're going to take it to Gambit. It's a split decision from Gambit. They are off at the sides.
Yeah, notice how Diamond, he wants to try and flank around and get a pick on someone.
That's exactly what I was about to mention. You can see Svensk going in there, and Diamond, well, he's not able to get close enough. Svensk was taken pretty low, though. I think that was a single little bit of burst damage from Alex Sitch. They do clear the way very quickly.
Yeah, as long as they can keep this wave cleared and actually wait, you know, so far the minions in the other lanes are not pushed up yet. It will be very soon, so SK can just stay in here in the mid lane and force Gambit to stay there as well and wave there all the time.
Diamond without that flash is not able to get too involved in this one. The culling being used to clear those minions. Every little bit of ability power being used to keep those minions at bay there. But again, the turret is slowly dropping. This is a Baron of SK Gaming. They can just step away with that Baron and regen all that health.
And there's no flash on Diamond at the moment, so he can't do the engage. They need Darien to do it.
Yeah, I know. I just said that.
Did you? Oh, I didn't hear. I'm very sorry. I was too focused on that.
It's okay, man. We just the pressure is on. That's what it is. You're feeling it as well as Gambit. It seems Skyfall being used here. Tower goes down. They're going to go towards Diamond, but they're not really going to focus on any target. Instead, the inhibitor will get taken down. And SK Gaming, they are just taking what they want right now from the Gambit.
And it was actually a smart use, simply zoning the rest of Gambit away. And now I can just say there is a flash ready on Diamond.
Yes, there is indeed. The minions pushing around that bottom lane, and Candy Panda will follow through with the rest of SK Gaming, keeping that pressure on. They have the siege minion in there, and they continue the siege. The Baron buff, it's still got around about 80 seconds left on it. But will Gambit maybe, just maybe, engage on Candy Panda?
They have to try something. They can't just let another inhib go down because SK is just going to keep extending the lead. They need to try a team fight.
There's a big wave of minions pushing in the top lane as well. They will be driving themselves in towards that inhibitor turret. Maybe someone's going to have to deal with them at the moment. They're going to leave it to the tower. We see just in the middle lane, actually, Diamond is off there, not involved in this. He's going to try and sneak around the side once again, but Freddy just charging at him, making sure he stays well away from the rest of the team. Darian goes in for the duress going on towards him, quickly locking in. Svenskera's going to go down, but what damage will that do really to SK Gaming? Not a great deal. Edward's going to get focused on here. Darian taken really low, he gets stunned up, and Rated getting hooked in by Edward. But again, no kills for SK Gaming. Look how low Darian got away.
Yeah, SK actually almost managed to turn this around, but a nice engage by Gambit. You saw Darian, he didn't want to jump on Candy Panda due to the QSS, so he picked the next target, that was Svenskeren, and they managed to lock him in, pull him back into their own team and take the kill.
Jesus this time does manage to use the pack to blow himself over the wall and get away in style. SK Gaming all backing off here. They still have themselves a 12,000 gold lead, and that mid inhib did go down.
And Alex is 3-0, he just picked up his death cap now. He's gonna be bringing a lot of damage to the table. If they can keep having fights like this, where they just get 1 or 2 kills and avoid dying and giving up more turrets and inhibitors, they can actually slowly try and come back in the game.
Genja pushing out, taking the red buff. Alex is going to churn that wave in the top lane, making sure that doesn't get taken down either. Genja just using a bit of style there to tank out the red buff. I'm not sure. I'm hoping he felt a little bit safe to make use of that ability rather than keeping it safe just in case someone came around the corner. Nevertheless, SK Gaming, Baron buff worn off. Let's see what they do. Now they come back in, and Rated, you can see, on for that Banshee spell, got himself a QS as well as Jezz's. Everybody's stacking out.
So this time around, SK can actually just go up and try and do the same. We're just a little bit more careful once the engage is about to start. Diamond had to use his flash, and also Darren had to use his flash. But this time around, there's a lot less engage potential for Gambit, and SK should notice and just return back up here and push the turret again.
Gambit trying to play by the numbers. They shoved all of the waves out, doing what they could. You can see Darian standing guard in that mid lane, making sure the super minions don't get too close towards those Nexus turrets, while the rest of SK are focusing Gambit. They're keeping them busy in this bottom lane.
Now notice how Jess has also picked up the QSS, so he's going to be very hard to deal with for Gambit as well. They more or less have to go on Svenskeren.
Just taking a bit of the cooling damage there. Candy Panda's so close to being hooked in there by Eddie. Had to quickly tumble away from that hook.
Okay, Siege is on again. Svenskeren, he's going to be the target for Gambit. He's the only one they can actually go for unless they want to go for the front. Meanwhile though, SK just have to focus on hitting this turret a few times, backing out, then in again and again, and just always dodge the hook.
You see him just tumbling away. Eddie keeps throwing out the hook, focusing on towards it. Darian going to go towards Svenskeren once again. But Darian's taking too much damage this time around. Has to take the lantern, but gets taken down by N-Rated with a flame. That will be the second inhibitor turret going down. The inhibitor will follow.
And Gambit was completely out of position right here. 3 members had moved backwards, and then he went in for this one.
Alexic comes in, but it's only Freddy that he can get towards, and Freddy happily will take that damage. Man drop going to come in. Diamond's been pinned down the corner there. He's going to get taken down. Alex comes back in, but it's a Nexus turret falling for him, and he's not going to be able to keep that one at bay. Diamond goes down in that top area. You can see the balloons keep on rolling.
Okay, so SK, they can say they're going in again.
Oh, Alex has gone out, has to use the intervention. It's not going to last long enough. He does manage to get himself a kill. Will he get away? No! Candy Panda flashes for it, gets the kill. Edward taking low. Final Nexus turret drops, and SK Gaming, they can